So today we're going to attempt to make some paper sculpture using just 3 or 4 materials. We have regular old paper, scissor, glue stick or a glue bottle, and a pencil. So for the start of this project, I'm going to create a little base for myself. So what I did was I folded my paper in half this way, and then I folded it again, and I glued it together with my glue stick. So I'm gonna take this, glue all the edges, stick it together, really press it down well, and then the open side, I'm gonna put some glue inside there. So now I have a nice little base to work with. And this is gonna be what I'm going to build my sculpture off of. This is just one way of making a paper sculpture. If you want to make your sculpture in a different way, that's fine. But here's an example. So I'm going to put my base to the side. I'm gonna grab another piece of paper. And a fun challenge is just using one other piece of paper to make your sculpture. But you can have more if you need it, that's totally fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start cutting some pieces from the edge of my paper. Now, anytime I cut a few of them off, I want to add them to my sculpture because I don't wanna lose them. I don't wanna end up with a whole bunch of loose pieces at the end. So here's my base again. Now, a helpful thing to do when you're gluing down your paper is to make a little tab. So just fold one little part of it. So that's a tab. That's where I'll put my glue. Another tab. Okay, now I've got a jumping off point. Now this is 3D. It's gone from flat 2D to 3D, being out in space. So already it's a sculpture. Now I've got to get kind of creative with how I use my paper to make this sculpture. So I can make some accordion folds where I fold it back and forth. I can curl these, so I can take a pencil and I can curl around them. Now, I can use different strips like this and glue these onto here to build up and up and up. If you want to do something a little bit different or you have something intricate in mind, you can draw the shape that you want. Try not to make anything too tiny because it's going to be a lot of work to cut and you might end up getting frustrated. When you are cutting, try to turn your paper instead of turning your scissor hand. So my scissor hand pretty much isn't moving at all. I'm just turning my paper and closing my scissor. Gotta add a tail here. Closing my scissor just a little bit at a time. So if you want to make some fun paper shapes like this to add to your sculpture, that's fine too. Just try not to end up with too many things that you haven't glued on, because you don't want to get to the end of class if you're in school and have all your pieces be everywhere. See, and I'm making some little tabs on my feet for my cat. Now, if you want to make a rectangular prism, you're gonna fold a long piece of paper about 4 times. You gotta make 4 different sides. So see how that works? I folded a long piece of paper 1, 2, 3 times, and then I'm gonna fold one more little tab. This is a fun way to make a house. Now, this is gonna be hard to glue on here, so you're gonna have to cut a little bit. To make some tabs. Always look for a way to make a tab. Now, maybe I want a window in here. If you want to cut in the middle of something, fold it a little. Fold it just a little bit so you can cut on this edge. See how I did that? Now I got a little window in there. So cute. Oh yeah. Let's make a roof. Cool. So now I've got this awesome house, cat, weird stuff sculpture. This is just a start. Didn't take me too long. You can build in any way that you can imagine. So try it out, have fun with it, experiment, and don't give up, even if it gets hard. It's worth it. Good luck.